Hi, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington, and I'm with Elton Brewington. We are with Brightside Global Trade, and today we have some very special guests, Mike Dickinson and Julie from Ironbridge Software. And we're going to be talking to you about business intelligence and secured software that you require in this day and age where everything is so chaotic and changing so rapidly. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about Ironbridge and how you got started, and uh, tell us your story.
Yes, well, the company is over 30 years old. One of the very first jobs we had was to build a business intelligence system for what was then called the AC Nielsen Company. And
Mm,
so for the entire time, we have been in the consumer goods industry,
mhm.
food, beverage, pharmaceuticals, household goods, that sort of thing. And learning a lot from our work with the Nielsen Company. And then we sort of took that and branched out on our own and brought in our own clients all the time, doing and building business intelligence systems. And where we come in is where sales and marketing cannot get the attention of the IT department for various reasons. IT is always overloaded.
Yep.
They have all sorts of protocols that you have to live with. And sales and marketing is always urgent. Everything they do is urgent. So very often they just cannot get service from IT. It reminds me of a situation we were with, oh, I can tell you the name, it's Elizabeth Arden, the cosmetics.
Yeah. Mhm.
And their IT director stopped into a meeting we were having. The very first time we met with them, he said, "What's this project all about?" And so our contact there explained what we were doing. And he said, "Yeah, but we're doing this." So she said, "When?" "Oh, it's scheduled for 2 years from now." So that was it. So we had a finished system, I think, in 2 or 3 months. So that's how it works. IT, now this
Wow.
happens everywhere we go. IT eventually took it over, and I think
Yep.
every single system we've ever built has been that way. But
Mhm.
we've solved the problem for sales and marketing. They've used the system in some cases for 10, 15 years, and eventually IT takes it over. So we have
And
learned.
yeah, I totally agree because sales and marketing needs so much attention to database and CRM and enterprise systems.
Right.
And if you rely on the IT, they don't have the skill set. They don't understand marketing and business intelligence and competitive analysis. And therefore, what you bring to the table is essential that sales and marketing have their own consultant helping them through very crisis oriented, very quick, fast paced programs. So I
Yeah,
think
I'll give you
that
an
makes a lot.
example. Um,
Yeah.
IT is running the business, right? They're
Mhm.
making
Mhm.
sure that the product gets shipped out of the factories. They're making sure that the trucks leave. They're making sure the invoices get sent out. They make sure there's inventory and so on. We had a case, in fact, this was Pepsi. IT could tell you everything about that can of Pepsi, where it was built,
Sure.
how it was shipped, and so on. But they couldn't tell you whether it was sugar-free, caffeine-free, whether it had a particular promotional label wrapped around it, which is what sales and marketing need to know. So
Mhm.
that's in that case is where we came in. So in fact, in that case, IT took that over and they adopted all of these sales and marketing attributes that they wouldn't otherwise have been capturing. So that was a very typical kind of thing of what we do. So the other thing that we get into is the systems we build. Uh, Talking about cybersecurity, people need to get into these systems from usually often all over the world, and our clients often need people in there that are not employees of the company, brokers, for example, various third-party salespeople. So they don't have an email or a security system built around their access to it. So we have to be very careful that anybody coming into that system is verified carefully. Uh, so so we get into a fair amount of cybersecurity. We're not experts in cybersecurity, but we have to obviously be very aware of it and making sure that
Mhm.
systems we build we've got to be very careful about it.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm. You've been in the industry for 30 years. I'm sure you've seen incredible changes and shifts in the paradigm of environments and networks. I mean, you've probably seen it go from just a running spool environment to sophisticated network facility systems that have many, 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 many layers to it. And as business, as you say, you discuss it from the sales and marketing, but now, I mean, and you also identify that you have so many different layers of network requirements and conditions that need to cooperate with each other while also maintaining security. The paradigm is amazing, sounds like. And so, I mean, tell us how and personally, you've adapted, and you know, you're a pretty young guy, and you've changed. I mean, it's amazing. I'd love to hear that story that way.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the biggest change has been over the 30 years is the speed and the volume of data that we manage. In the early days working with Nielsen, for example, a big database was 10 megabytes. A huge database was 10 megabytes. Now, many terabytes of data. And the speed we can do things. We started out on 2400 baud modems. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, oh man,
and we had to design systems in the 90s for 19.2, 28.8 modems. And so we did, and one of them is still around. And now you're looking, 10 megabit minimum, 100 megabit, gigabit transmission speeds. We're handling so much more data, so much faster than we ever did. That brings up another question. What do you do with it? I've said this thing, I've been interviewed before and talked about big data. Big data is no answer on its own. It doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, no.
But you've got to know what's in it. And it's a combination of data science and knowledge of the industry. People say, I've been interviewed before about, what is data science? Well, yeah, you've got to know statistics, you've got to know how to build massive databases and all that kind of stuff, but you still got to know how to come up with answers for your client or the company you work for. So you've got to know that business. It's critical that you do. And that's where we come in, because we've been in consumer goods forever, and we can tell you, here's your data, but this is what you can do with it. Sure. And that kind of brings up the latest product that we've got. It's called Line Item, and it's interesting. This is a product that captures data from websites. So we will be capturing data from Amazon Fresh, Walmart, Grocery, Kroger, Safeway, all the major retail sites. Sorry, Julie?
Target, Costco, Sam's.
Target, Costco, you name it. Didn't want to miss anything. So and then we gather that data and we analyze the heck out of it. And there's other companies that do this, but what they don't do, and I'm getting into sales mode here, they don't analyze it like we do. And this product was something that we introduced at the Category Management Association February last year, just days before the pandemic hit, just days. Yeah. And that's when we rolled it out. We thought we had 5 deals, handshake deals, ready to take this up and adopt it and buy it. One by one, except for one, all the deals just fell apart. Some of the people simply got let go. We couldn't find them. So we're still sort of in the process of rolling this product out. But what it does is we're capturing data from these websites. And again, it comes back to what we know about an industry. We're not just capturing everything and throwing it out there, which is what a lot of the companies do. You can go to their website and say, here's a search term, just capture that data for me. We are working directly with companies in a particular category. We're doing one for laundry detergent. We're doing one for almonds. We're doing one for pain medications. We're doing one for sports drinks, enhanced water. So we're putting our knowledge of what the category does alongside the data we capture. And we call it a deep dive. We go deep into all the data that we capture. Most of our competitors don't. They're sort of, if you like, just sort of scraping the top. And they're going for volume of data. We're going for significance of data, let's call it that. So we get into all sorts of things. Everybody in e-commerce these days is looking for SEO, make sure their search optimization is best that it can be. we have a tool built into this system that will tell you if your titles and your features on the website, whatever it is, Amazon, Walmart, whoever, are they the best they can be? Are your competitors doing a better job with their titles? So you're going with a particular search term, there's all kinds of things that determine your page rank on there. But if you come in there with a search term and competitors with a very similar product are doing better, then why? Why is it? Are their pictures better? Are their titles better? What is it? And we can tell you that kind of thing. So we can help you there with your search term optimization. We can tell you.
You have a specific tool. If I understand, you have a specific tool that helps you analyze that data to get the particular information that most people overlook, most people trash, and that you find useful benefits from.
Yeah, they don't overlook it. They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They know they got a problem.
Yeah.
That's where we come in.
What they want to capture.
Okay.
So Julie, actually
tell
us about your role at Ironbridge and some of the examples. Yeah.
I've been with the company for about 5 years in the sales and marketing aspect. Line item is pretty near and dear to my heart because Mike and I put a lot of time and effort into growing this program and where the pain points were, talking to people, getting the research done. So it's been a great ride. But the thing that Mike just said, coming out with this product just before the pandemic hit, that probably hurt the worst because it was such a great product and so many people were so excited about it. And then the world shut down.
Yeah.
We couldn't ask for any better
though,
timing.
The timing was great because e-commerce took off more than ever.
Yeah.
It's growing to begin with, but it's growing fantastically fast now. So
people are excited.
We're very well positioned, we think, right now. As I said, we've got a few things going, and we learn from our customers, our clients, and so the products, we're very excited about it.
And personally, I think the product itself, because of the pandemic, grew to be even better of a product because we took pain points that were a problem back then and what a problem is now, especially with pandemic and with inventory levels. And we were able to make it a lot easier for people. So it's kind of almost a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I'll give you an example of.
Because many marketing and sales departments were slow to move to the e-commerce and the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And so the pandemic has now accelerated that, and you just can't avoid it. You have to be in it. So so this is a great time for Ironbridge. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It's a fun time.
It's a fun time. So where now? Now that we're opening back up today, the announcement came. We don't need to wear our masks if we've been vaccinated. So it looks like we're going to be doing both, cyber as well as meet in person. So this is going to be exciting. It's going to be a new world. Yeah.
I can't wait to see people again.
People have taken to ordering online, no question.
Yeah.
And that's not going to, I don't think it's even going to shrink. It may be a tiny bit, but I really don't think it's going to. The convenience, everybody likes it now.
Too easy.
Even though you don't have a concern about going to the store. So,
we're
well positioned.
As a supporter for retail and consumer goods, that creates a vital window for companies like yours to support and restore and really secure a retailer's position. Yep. Because at the end of the day, being tied to the network to help them see more clearly. From a network facility point of view, so many transactions are taking place, and you've got to read, I'm sure, into what can possibly happen. What's the next step to restore and prevent and preserve a condition, as well as leading to larger volumes, we'll say.
E-commerce, the grocery business, consumer goods, is incredibly competitive, right? Talk about marketplace. Now, e-commerce is even more so because things happen faster. For you to get a product on the shelf at any supermarket, Kroger, Safeway, anywhere, It's just a
Right.
3-month process. You've got
Yeah.
to make the product, you've got to get it in front of the buyer, you've got to ship it and get it
Yeah.
on the shelf. For you to get your product on Amazon could take a day or two.
Okay.
So, and then the pricing can get changed every minute even.
Like that. Like that.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we do. We can tell you if prices of competitive items are changing underneath you.
Yeah.
We can tell you if Amazon has dropped the price of your product without telling you, for example.
Okay.
There's a thing called manufacturer assured pricing on Amazon, where they're not supposed to sell it below a certain price, but things happen. And there's robots all over the websites looking at competitive pricing. And suddenly you'll see your pricing changing. You don't know why. And we can tell you things like that.
So people come to you for value adds on research and evaluations on product trends and those kind of things?
Absolutely.
Oh, very good.
You bet. Now, that's another thing too. We can tell you if there's something new coming along. For example, with laundry detergent, we're tracking the scent of the laundry detergent, and you'd be amazed. There's like 1,000 of them.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
You never guess by half of what there was out there.
Is there something new coming along? Because the first place it's going to appear is at Amazon. If it's on the shelf at Kroger or Walmart, you probably already know about it. But if it's on Amazon, you may not know. And so we can do this. We're tracking it day by day for weeks. And if it's brand new, it's probably not going to be on page 1 at Amazon. It'll be on page 5, maybe. But we're going to track it. If it's on page 5 and then it gets to page 4 because it's getting attention, then suddenly it's on page 2. You need to know. So you can track stuff like that.
Well, I think you're putting more power in the consumer's hands. You can choose, as you talked about the scents. Now you have a choice. Previously, you just go to your supermarket and you just had to accept whatever scent was available.
Well,
now you can actually, think about, everything and, So I think we are at the point where, and people love home delivery. It's kind of overtaken everything. No one wants to go to the grocery store anymore. You can order online and pick it up. And the convenience of saving so much time that you could be doing other things with has really changed the way we look at everything.
Now, from your standpoint, who moves the trends? Is it the consumers with their buying capacity, or the retailers introducing a competitive advantage for the products that they make?
It honestly depends on which the website is. If it's Amazon, then it's the consumer, 100%.
Okay.
If it's getting a lot of clicks, if it's getting sales, it does better on Amazon. There's no question. When you come to the bricks and mortar ones like Walmart.com, Kroger, and so on, they control a little more about what's there. First of all, you're not going to see something on Walmart.com that's not in a store. Well, that's not quite true, totally. But generally, they're selling on the website what is already in the store for home delivery. So you're not going to get the same product selection that you would have on Amazon. So the consumer, of course, is always driving it. If there's a lot being ordered, it does better on the website, no question. But the bricks and mortar retailers on their websites, it operates quite a bit differently from Amazon. Now you've got to look at Amazon controls what, 70-some% of the whole business now. We had one client, I better not say who it is, but he said, we control 80% of the market and of this product, whatever it was. You'd recognize the brand if I told you. And their e-commerce guy says 90% of my e-commerce business is on Amazon. So I control 80% of the market and 90% of the e-commerce business.
They're winning.
I only need to pay attention to Amazon. I don't need to pay attention to anything else.
Really? Yeah. And that's by design, sounds like. Sounds like they intend to do that.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of fortunate that they're in a market. They have the best product on the market, no question.
I see.
And it's just grown up. You'd recognize the name if I told you. I better not, because I'm telling the secrets. But
that sounds like that's an unintended consequence or a condition that they happen to be here, and they're trying to take advantage of the position, as it were.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So this is an amazing time. And your discussions here give us great value perceptions about what tomorrow looks like. And of course, you know, the bottom line is get to the best destination before everybody has made a move to get there, and to collect all the revenues you can from as many as you can.
Yeah.
Well, that's what e-commerce is. That's why it's different, because you've got to respond quickly.
Yeah.
Here's another case. We had a situation where suddenly this company was getting terrible reviews. And what had happened was somebody had bought their product in bulk. A convenience chain had gone out of business. They bought some product in bulk. They put it out on Amazon. They'd repackaged it, and we helped them determine what had happened there. But the product, by the time all this happened, they got on Amazon, it was stale. It had expired.
Wow.
So they were suddenly getting terrible reviews. And we were able to help them identify that situation. And you know, there wasn't a lot they could do at the time, but at least they knew.
But they knew it was happening.
So reviews are another thing. You've got to pay attention to reviews out there.
Our magazine started with doing reviews. We've been doing reviews for 20 years now. And now we see in the last, I think, 5 to 6 years, everybody wants a review because it's become necessary. People make decisions on what they read, and you know, it's become important. So I just want to wrap this up, and then we'll do a second segment.
I would like to come back. We'll take a slight break and come back and discuss. I mean, do you do any international kind of things? Because right now the shores are vanishing, and more we're looking. This could be the time that, you know, it's a global trade network where people around the world are doing business as a single entity and direction customer. Look at Amazon. Amazon is doing business all over the world. I don't even know how they do the grocery store provision. You know, I mean, I got a friend of mine who lives in Brussels, and he buys his groceries every week from Amazon. You know, and they deliver to him on Mondays, he said. You know, so it's amazing to me how that works. So
it's a remarkable story in how they become.
I think you'll find every country operation, especially for Amazon, is separate. It's all part of the Amazon company, but they're run separately. It's not like they're shipping the stuff from the US or, you know.
They have to, I guess. So with that being said,
worldwide.
Okay. We want to take a 15-second break, and then we're going to come back and share more information about the international profile and talk a little bit about our upcoming cyber security conference, and you can chime in how you can. And so I want to thank you for participating. And if you could just chime your details, ID, and contact information so that people can be aware how to reach you and your website, if there's a number too. That would be great. And if you guys plug that into your chat, that'd be great, so people can get access. So we'll be back in 15 seconds.
So you're watching BrightSideGlobalTrade.org, and CMOs, marketing heads, CEOs, you would want to listen to this interview, even advertising agencies and anybody in marketing and sales. It is so important that you are doing your market research, you're competitive, you understand the pulse of your consumer, and that you're monitoring each and everything, and you really need specialists and not depend on your IT department that only knows billing. So this is a really insightful day, and thank you, Mike, for bringing this to our attention. So you're watching BrightSideGlobalTrade.org. Thank you for watching.